Those are your options. That's all you get. All right. So here what I have is y plus 8 is less than 2 times the absolute value of 2/3 x plus 6. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, when the kind of trick that I want to look at, when you solve an absolute value equation, the first thing we need to understand is what an absolute value equation looks like. So if we're going to graph it, we have to know what it looks like. So I always want to make sure that we understand the parent graph. It looks like this, right? And also the table of values. Are going to be -2, -1, 0, 1, 2. Are going to give us 2, 1, 0, 1, and 2. Actually, I'll just use y. I won't use the function. Right? So I go -2, up 2. -1, up 1. 0, 0. 1, up 1, up 2, up 2. OK. So to graph a function of the absolute value function, all right, what we're going to do is we first need to determine what our transformations are. All right? So what we look at this, and the key is we got to make sure that, remember when I said inside of a function, that's when you shift left or right. However, ladies and gentlemen, when we have 2/3 x plus 6, that is only when it was x plus or minus, right? When I said x plus or minus h, that told you to shift left or right. I don't have x plus or minus h, do I? I have 2/3 x. Or sorry, 2/3 x plus or minus. So this 2/3 is affecting my x. Does everybody understand what I just said? I'll say it again. When we looked at transformations, if it was x minus 2, you shifted 2 to the right, correct? That was when it was x minus 2, not 2/3 x minus 2, only when x was by itself. So when x has a number in front of it, meaning it is being multiplied, it's going to affect the graph. So how do we know how is it going to affect the graph? We need to determine that. Yes? Yes, we're going to talk about how it will be dilated, but it's also going to affect what the graph's going to look like. It's going to affect the transformation as well. So originally, ladies and gentlemen, I said x minus 2. We said that shifted the graph to the right. Okay? How do we know that shifted to the right? What we could do is we would set it equal to 0, and we could add 2, and we'd say now my x value is equal to 2. And that means that's where we're going to be talking about the vertex. So what I want to do is this lower point on my absolute value, that tells me the vertex. That's going to be where it changes the direction of the graph. So when having an absolute value equation, when you have a coefficient of your x term, you have to find the vertex. So to do that, I'm going to set what's inside my absolute value signal equal to 0. Because all of this affects my vertex. All of this affects where this is. It affects the transformation. It's not just positive 6. It's not just 6 to the left. It's actually going to be 9. Did I do that right? -18 divided by 9. It's actually going to be 9 to the left. Yes?
So when you put absolute value,
you could think about it that way. You could write absolute value of x minus 9. You could think about it that way. But really, I don't want to get too in detailed with this. But what we're really doing, 2/3 x minus 6. Remember, I said you can't have the coefficient in front of there, right? So what you're going to do is you're going to factor out a 2/3. Not to make this way too confusing. But if you factored out a 2/3, it would look like that.
so why if x equals -9, why do you use x?
Huh?
You said that x equals -9, so why are you not using x?
What I'm saying, that's going to tell us where our that's going to tell us where our vertex is. That's going to tell us the x value of our vertex. Okay? That gives us the x value of our vertex. So that means my vertex, now when I graph it, I go over -9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That tells me the x value of my vertex. I don't know where it's up or it's down or where it goes. I just know the x value is at -9. Now, the next thing is, I need to solve this for y. I need to get this to be y equals. Oh, class is about to go over, isn't it? Oh, man. OK, so to find this version, hold on. Why did I say that? Listen. Let me just go through this real quick. I'm going to make this very quick. Guys, I'm going to hold you after unless you guys stop putting stuff away. Just sit down and be quiet. And let's go through this real quick. That's the x value. Do we know what the y value is? Well, what tells us the y value, right? The k. Does it shift up or down, right? So where's our k? Do we have a k? Yeah, we do, actually. It's over here. So I got to rewrite the equation. -8, -8. So our k is actually y equals less than 2, absolute value, 2/3 x, stop it, x plus 6 minus 8, right? When I get this solved for y, it's -8. So I go down 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Hold on. Don't move. Ladies and gentlemen, that's my vertex, right? What did I tell you? Hold on. What did I tell you the two things you need to do after this? You need to pick a point to the left and pick a point to the right. OK? So, ladies and gentlemen, can I have you stop talking, please, and putting stuff away? I'm going to let you out in 15 seconds. I'm not going to go through the whole video, but I want to show you. Let's pick a point to the left of this -8 or -9. So let's pick -12. And then over here, let's pick 0. When I plug in 0, 2/3 times 0 plus 6 is 6. Absolute value 6 is 6. 6 times 2 is 12. 12 minus 8 is 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you'd plug in -12. -12 times 2 is a -24. Divided by 3 is a -8. -8 plus 6 is -2. Absolute value of -2 is 2. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 minus -8 is -4. 1, 2, 3, 4. It looks something like that. OK? Don't walk in front of the video, but you're all good. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen.